Food and weight obsession can be exhausting. Losing weight, gaining weight, dieting, feeling like a failure because you missed a workout, binged, overate, or gained all the weight back. The cycle is endless and it can be maddening. But I'm here to say you can stop the mental madness. You can take back control of your food behaviors, but you have to face your fears, you have to ask for help, and make a change. I am Leslie M. Thornton, permanent weight loss coach from hpwl.co. This is Hypnosis for Permanent Weight Loss, and I know you can make this happen. On this podcast, you will hear how to stop the mental madness, love your body, trust your food decisions so you can create a life of happiness, freedom, and inner peace. Hello, Leslie M. Thornton, Hypnosis for Permanent Weight Loss. Super excited to share with you why I started Hypnosis for Permanent Weight Loss in the first place. Recently, I've been allowing myself to really look back and take some time to really connect again with the heart of why we're doing what we're doing here. And it's been such a beautiful thing. And I wanted to take you along on this ride with me because it's been really beautiful. So yeah, be prepared for me to start sharing more things about kind of the journey leading up to now. I've been in business almost 10 years now. So maybe it's the 10-year anniversary gig, and proud of ourselves for staying committed for this long to helping other people free themselves from the mental obsession with food, body, and weight. I'm going to dive right into it today. So why did I start Hypnosis for Permanent Weight Loss? Okay, so a couple things as I was reflecting on this. First of all, I was working as a nurse in kidney transplant and the surgical and neuro ICU. Some of you may have heard me talk about this before, but be prepared to hear some things you haven't heard before. And I saw that there were surgeons that were judging clients or patients for having too much weight on them and for not being able to stop eating. Understandable frustration. They know that if their patients were healthier, they could do a better job for them, perhaps. But the judgment and the criticism and the lack of empathy for what the patient was going through as they could not stop eating was something that I saw as being a gap. Because I knew, even though I wasn't 300 pounds or whatever, that it's not just as easy as not eating to not eat. I understood from my own personal experience what food addiction felt like and the fear of not being able to stop. And once I pop, I just can't stop kind of sensation that I would feel. Meaning, once I started eating sweets, I would eat all the sweets. I would eat the entire package of cookies or the entire package of chips and there was nothing I could do. It was like, as soon as the train started running, there it was. But at the time that I was working as a nurse, I had already experienced hypnosis. The first time I experienced hypnosis for weight loss was in 2011. And that was the day that I realized that there was actually a very soothing, beautiful, loving way, by way of relaxing my mind and body, that could support me in moderating my eating and to feel not addicted and not like a crazy train anymore. And so I just wished there was this part of me when I heard the surgeons judging people that way, and I heard my 300-pound patient coming into the ICU saying, I'm going to die because I can't stop eating, literally. And I let him know about hypnosis, and he came back in 6 months later and was like, I'd hope I see you. Like, I, took your advice about the hypnosis and I'm down. I can't remember the exact amount of weight, 50, 60 pounds. I am off 1, 2, 3 blood pressure medications and I'm happier. So that also was like, oh my God, it didn't just work for me. It also worked for this person that I told about it in this profound way, the same way it impacted me. Um, and again, I saw that. I always admired the nurses who worked with me in the hospital, that worked with such a level of patience and integrity, and the mindfulness they'd have with these patients, and the due diligence they do such a good job. Now, it's not that I didn't care or didn't do, but my heart wasn't in it because I never needed a kidney transplant. I never, God forbid, had a really bad hospitalization or diagnosis. So I just could not heart connect with these patients. I was just doing the job as I knew I needed to do. I'm also very good with people. I'm good with helping people feel safe and to feel supported, and like I have their back, and I kept people in the loop as far as what was happening communication wise, so patients were feeling safe and secure as they were in this uncomfortable setting that we call the hospital. So I was great at what I did. I was constantly, praised for doing a good job. Um, and I did like it. I liked, but I did not resonate with the medical side. I resonated with helping people with the food addiction side. And so I wanted to be like one of those nurses who operated with such integrity that I was inspired by. They had been personally impacted by kidney transplant. One nurse, her brother had a kidney transplant, so she knew it, and she knew everything, that went into it, and the heart and the soul that she worked with was because that happened. Another nurse, she had set like 3 kidney transplants herself. Right. So it's like they got it. Their heart was connected to it. And there's only one way that your heart can be that connected to it is if you experienced it. I never experienced it, but I experienced food addiction. I experienced hypnosis, and I wanted my life to feel like one and the same. I wanted to just be able to show up as me and be able to impact someone's life so incredibly in the way that I could do it the best. Now, the other thing that happened was I knew that I didn't want to do nursing for the rest of my life, and I kind of stumbled into coaching. I was going to school to be a psych nurse practitioner, but again, I wasn't really into pills. I was into mental health. I was into psychology and everything like that, but more like hypnosis, more neurolinguistic programming and meditation. So when I stumbled into coaching, which is literally kind of an accident, but not really, I fell madly and deeply in love with coaching. It was a way for me to connect with people from all around the world. It was a way for me to make a tremendous impact without having to burn myself out and run around the hospital all day and chase after things. That was a little taking for me. And it was really impacting people in this way that was so meaningful, like so fast. I saw results doing hypnosis over the phone for someone and having someone come back and say, whatever you did last week, do it again. I've never felt more free around food. It was just like the best, the best, the best, the best, the best. Obviously, coaching took on some other perks, like allowing me to be able to have the flexibility to work from home, which I do like. Also, the ability to work from anywhere, which I took advantage of that and traveled around the world for 2.5 years, went to 12 different countries on my own, and am the woman I am today because of it. Since I had the opportunity to be with other cultures in India, in Australia, in Hong Kong, in all of Southeast Asia, I really love when I'm able to relate to clients of all races and all ages and all backgrounds, because of my experience there. I think it supports me in being able to support them even more. So that's that part as well. Yeah. And so I just want to see if there's anything else I haven't described before. Yeah, why I started the business. Okay, the third aspect that I want to share about why I started the business was so much paying attention and faith. There was a lot of hardships in actually getting to the point where I felt safe enough to actually put in my letter of resignation from nursing and to actually jump off the cliff into entrepreneurship on my own. It was not easy. It was one of the hardest things I ever did in my life. It was like a 9-month process of me slowly hating my job more and more and more, right? I had so much anxiety going to work every day. I was getting good feedback that I was doing a good job, but I never felt confident, especially in the ICU. It was just like, it was so much pressure and just like couldn't talk to the patients, which is like my favorite part of it. But like just basically monitoring someone's life on a screen and knowing that it can change in seconds of time. It was just not the right fit for me. But was something I knew that I needed to experience because ever since I was a little girl, I used to watch ER on Thursday nights and stay up late. And I loved the adrenaline and the blood and so I always pictured myself there, but I quickly found that it was not the right fit for me. But since I'm a perfectionist and I don't like to fail at anything that I do, I found meditation and I was reading all sorts of books to try to figure out how to not be stressed and anxious going to work. At the same time, during my days off, I was doing nothing but coaching. I could not get enough of it. I was in my coaching certification program. I had practice clients that I was working with each week. I was subscribed to all different coaches, webinars and everything I could get my hands on. I loved it. And I had a few things happen. One mentor of mine, who's actually my hypnosis and NLP trainer, he said to me, Leslie, by your hanging on to this job doesn't seem like it's the right fit for you, you are preventing someone else from having their dream job. And that hit me. I was like, oh my God, that's so true. Like, this is someone else's dream job and it's not mine. But then I also had to realize that anxiety that I was feeling that was so immense, like there is some anxiety that's like, it is good to just like, do self-development through and like, continue on. But it was so severe that I finally had to be like, what if my body is actually wise? What if it's actually trying to say to me, this is not the right fit for you? So I did actually pay attention to that. I also had coaches myself where I was working through like all the limiting beliefs I had. I was like, what's going to happen if I have a gap in my resume? And I go back to a job and no one will hire me because they see that I took time off, and I had to clear that. Like, that was not true. I also was fearful about what was going to happen with health insurance and what was going to happen with retirement. So I found out all those answers and there was a way. Then I had someone who paid me $1,000 for a hypnosis package, which kind of showed me like, hey, this is possible. I can make money doing this. And then the final thing was I was in meditation one day and had an experience where it hit me like a lightning bolt. And there was the voice that kind of went through my body it just said, thy will be done. And in that moment, I knew that was like the nudge that I needed to say, it's okay to let go. So not long after that, I put in my letter of resignation, and the rest is history. I've been doing this ever since and walking that line of faith, and it truly has felt like faith. So it was a mixture of passion, of faith, and life kind of showing me that, hey, there's like this different path over here and it's safe to follow your passion. And also seeing there was a need, a place that I could add value that could make such a big difference. And it truly still is something that I love talking with people about, of basically supporting you and going from control, anxiety, fixation on making your weight do a certain thing, which you've proven to yourself time and time again that you can do. You can lose the weight and you're also going to put it back on. Right. So, and then like to kind of get to a space where it's like, I'm in the phase of my life where like, I don't want to care about this anymore. I want to find peace with my food. I want to find balance with my life. I want to enjoy my family while I'm here. Family is important. I want to experience cool things and things that matter to me. I want to be active and feel good in my body. And I want meaning in my life. I want passion back. I want purpose in my life. I want to be able to eat a piece of cake and that's it. Enjoy it and move on. And that's really we provide at Hypnosis for Permanent Weight Loss that bridge, to bridge that gap between the world of what you know in being a health conscious individual who is dedicated to, being a healthy person and to eating well and to taking care of your body. But then how do I also balance sanity and bringing sanity into that situation, and learning how to enjoy my food, learning how to enjoy my body, learning how to really experience life on this level that's so amazing, and just experience fulfillment. And hypnosis is a part of that. If you haven't heard, we're bringing back Healthy Hypnosis Hour. If you're watching this live, you can look on the Hypnosis for Permanent Weight Loss Facebook community page to register. If you are listening on the podcast, then check out the Facebook group and get yourself registered for next month's Healthy Hypnosis Hour. We're going to be doing themes each month. This month is Halloween Candy Edition. And next month, we'll be talking Thanksgiving and family stress that can come up during the holiday season, and give you some nice hypnosis to, again, bridge that gap. Hypnosis gives you that experience of like, ooh, wow, there is something that could feel like I can actually take control of the way I'm feeling quickly. And in order to actually get to the space where you have meaning and purpose and passion and a healthy, peaceful relationship with food, we also have some work to do. Face some fears, right? Go in and feel some hard feelings about when you make a mistake or you eat a carb or you miss a workout or whatever kind of all or nothing thinking happens when you're kind of going from one land to the next. It's my greatest honor to help people do that who are ready to do it. So if you're ready, take some action, book a call with us. I'm so excited for more. My NLP certification starts on November 3rd, goes till November 9th. I am looking for one more person. So if this is speaking to you, then definitely, reach out and schedule that in. And that's the story of how Hypnosis for Permanent Weight Loss began and why I started it. It has truly been the most, fastest growth process I could have ever put myself through. Learning how to have a business and to set it up professionally, like through the government and payroll, and also building the structure that actually supports someone in reaching their goals in the fastest, most efficient and beautiful way. And also learning how to still care for myself and learn about me and continue my personal development and growth at the same time. It's truly been amazing. It's been challenging. It's been, just an amazing, amazing ride. And my whole life is just about supporting you in and getting whatever you want to do, whether that's freedom from food or anywhere else you need to go. I hope that you view me as your advocate, as a mentor for you to just go after it. Like whatever your heart's desire, if you're not sure what that is, like take some time and write about it. What do you truly want? If anything was possible, what would you love to have in your life? And then you just find the coach or the container that helps people get that. And you just sign up for that program and you do the work, because that's how the brain works. If you didn't see the last episode, this podcast that I did, it was sharing about knowing how hypnosis works and therefore how the brain works. And we change the brain through repetition and through emotion. So as soon as you make a decision and you invest in whatever coaching company you want to invest in with a coach that you relate to, and then you orient your brain in that direction, you're going to get it. So that's as simple as life can be. And if you don't choose to, focus in one direction and do that, just know that, there's a little bit more, nuance in life. There could be a little bit more different kind of stress of not feeling as focused or happy or organized. And that's okay. I've definitely been in spaces where it's like, this is a time where I don't know what the answer is. But when you do know the answer for yourself of what you want to go after it and you want to go. It's just the key to life and the key to happiness for human beings. So love you guys so much, and we'll see you for the next one. If you are serious about taking action on your struggle with food, body, and weight, then this is for you. Go ahead and text the word hypnosis to 855-BE-ALIVE. That's 855-232-5483. Immediately after texting that number, you will get access to our free training that will tell you why you can't figure the food, body, and weight thing out, why you can't keep weight off even after you've been successful in the past, and how to actually overcome it, including a mini hypnosis session at the end. Don't miss out. Text the word hypnosis to 855-BE-ALIVE. That's 855-232-5483.